Hi everyone, I'm Jim Lorenzen, and guess what? Today we're going to be talking about understanding the Secure Act 2.0, one particular version of it especially. But it's very important to understand this has really changed retirement for a lot of people. The challenge is understanding it all because there's roughly 100 provisions, mostly around retirement plans. Secure Act stands for Setting Every Community Up for Retirement Enhancement. Congress, they had a committee working all night on that one. At any rate, it passed back in 2019 with 100 plus provisions. And there's good news. There's more ways to save and more time to save, and more ways to use the funds, a lot of good stuff like that. However, there are some takeaways. Congress wanted to secure the government as much as they wanted to secure you. So there's going to be ways that they give with one hand and take away with the other, and we'll explore that down the road in other videos. But it's important to understand that most of these provisions are effective in 2024, but some provisions are pushed all the way out to 2028. The Secure Act has two parts. Part 1.0, like I said, passed in 2019. Version 2.0 passed in December of 2022, and the impact is pretty far reaching because it's going to impact not only the silent generation and boomers who are thinking about their estate plans, it's also going to impact the boomers and Gen Xers who are focused on retirement, millennials and Gen Zers who are recipients of the great wealth transfer. It's going to affect a lot of people. And believe it or not, the negative impact is going to be on the millennials and Gen Zers who are going to be the recipients of the great wealth transfer down the road when they'll probably be in their peak earning years. And of course, Congress knows that. So, at any rate, in general, the rules are savings friendly, but it's worth it for everyone to evaluate what they're doing right now, for sure. Okay, one thing you have to understand, I am not a tax advisor, I'm not a CPA, I'm not an estate planning attorney. I am a CFP professional, and I do understand how the tax code and other rules impact financial planning, and we do incorporate it into client plans. There are four key ways that retirement has changed under the Secure Act, and these are the four key ways that are there right now. Today we're going to be talking about number two. Number two is it gives you more ways to save for retirement, and that's good to know. Now, first of all, there are a significant number of changes relating to Roths, both for personal retirement IRAs and in employer-sponsored plans. Because what began in 2023, which was in those days the addition of Roth to the, there's addition of employer contributions. I'll get it out. Employer contributions to the Roth side of the plan. That happened in 2023. There's more that's coming down the road now. That's good. It's important to note, though, by the way, that the Roth is not mandatory or automatic for employers. They don't have to do it. Even offering a plan or matching or anything else is entirely at their discretion. And for those employees who are making more than $145,000 a year right now, your only option is to have catch-up contributions to a Roth account. And the only exception, of course, is if the Roth his option isn't even offered. Now, it's worth mentioning again, and this is the big change in effect now this year, is that RMDs have been eliminated for Roth 401ks, 403bs, and 457s. Starting this year in 2024, there's no need to roll a Roth 401k into a Roth IRA if the only reason is to avoid RMDs, because now you don't. That reason's been taken away. There may be other reasons to do it, but the RMDs won't be one of them. Now, auto enrollment. This is something that is going to help a lot because beginning in 2025, employers will determine how much of your salary they can allow you to set aside for savings. It'll be between 3 and 10%, and they have auto enrollment now. And in the second year and beyond, the number will increase between 3 and 15%. And in addition, it can auto escalate by 1% annually. If you're new to the workforce, or if you're changing jobs in 2025, you stand to benefit the most because studies show that auto enrollment is increasing 401k balances. And believe me, most people, when they get to retirement, the biggest worry they have is whether the money will last. Okay, It's a good time to look at your own 401k, talk to your employer, talk to your advisor, and make sure that you're in good shape there. All right, annuities. Annuities are now available. They weren't before, believe it or not, and now they are. And why is this important to you? Well, I'll tell you why. Because as I just mentioned a minute ago, one of the biggest things that people are concerned about when they retire, and take it from me, I've been doing retirement planning for over 30 years. They're worried about, will my money last? Because we're living longer now. We're living longer, and it's not uncommon for retirement to last 30 or more years. That's 3 decades of tax law changes and everything else. So, will my money last? And annuities can possibly be a partial answer for this problem. And the reason is because it's basically, it's an insurance product. That's what it really is. It's an insurance product. It helps you turn a portion of your savings into an income stream you can't outlive. It's kind of like, oh, I don't know, something akin to being your own privately funded pension plan, so to speak. But at any rate, it's important to understand that annuities are complex products, and there's a lot of hidden issues inside of these things. Some of them have too many moving parts for my taste, to be honest with you. But nevertheless, they can be good, but they've got to be designed and structured properly because they're complex products, and things can jump up and bite you years from now or your heirs that are unintended consequences. So you want to get professional help with them. Okay, 401k plans for small businesses. They want to help businesses attract, retain, and keep their employees. And that makes sense. And for small businesses, a starter 401k is a good place to start. Employers are not required to match. Contributions are lower and all of that good stuff. It's a good place to start maybe for a small businesses. Also, employers with 401k plans can now in fact, they must now allow employees to contribute to a 401k once they've worked 500 hours for 3 consecutive years or 1,000 hours in a single year. And that's pretty good because there are some people who maybe want to work part-time for caregiving reasons or whatever, and they want to save more for retirement. So that's kind of good too. Also, if you're a part-time employee, check with your employer about when your 500 hours start and when they end. It may not be as clear as a calendar year. Now, beginning last year, 2023, the Secure Act added 2 new options for Roth contributions to simple and SEP plans. It won't be a requirement for you as an employee to put it in place, but it's there if you want to take advantage of it. Also, effective in 2023, you can offer household employees, like your nanny or cleaning person or something, you can offer them a SEP IRA plan. It's a nice benefit depending on your circumstances. And Simples and SEPs, of course, provide a simplified way for small businesses with under 50 employees to contribute to a savings. Additional employer contributions are allowed in 2024. I think they're capped around $5,000 per year employee, in addition to the required match or 2% of pay. At any rate, once again, there are good reasons to enroll in SEPs and things like that. But if that's something that you think might make sense to you, talk to your employer. Talk to your financial advisor. Okay. Now, emergency savings. The new law actually does something to help with emergency savings, and highly compensated individuals, however, are not eligible. The money has to be held in cash or cash equivalents, and the participants have to have monthly access to the funds. Again, it's emergency, rainy day, emergency savings, so it's got to be liquid. It can't be anything that isn't liquid. So, emergency savings account can provide a good way to, have emergency funds available on an as-need basis. While it's only offering you $1,000 annually, the definition of what qualifies as an emergency withdrawal is pretty broad, and it can account for a lot of circumstances. Now, student loan help. There is a new student loan repayment match where employers can help employees who are paying off student loans. The employer can make matching contributions on behalf of employees in 401ks, 403bs, 457s, or simples with respect to qualified student loan repayments. It's now available in 2024. In addition, younger earners can start contributing to an IRA with an expanded definition of what is earned income. That means stipends and non-tuition fellowship payments to graduate and postdoc students now count as earned income, which means they can contribute to an IRA. So that's kind of good. So, again, you want to talk to your tax professional and to your financial advisor about that. Lifetime income estimate for your 401k. There's new disclosures going to be on your statements. Maybe you're seeing them already. That will show you how your total savings will translate into a monthly income at retirement. And that can really help. So that's on your statements now, but you may want to get some help with some interpretation because there are some things it doesn't tell you. And you're probably saying to yourself, wow, I got more time to save and I got more things I can do with the money. And there's just a lot of things to know. Like I said, there's over 100 provisions. There are more videos. I know this is going to thrill you to death. There are more videos on my website. And you can go to the resources tab at indfin.com, indfin.com. Go to the resources tab and look at the video library. Or you can actually go to this long thing you see down here with all the hyphens, infin.com, how the Secure Act changes retirement planning. And we have all of these videos for that. As I record these, they will be posted on that page. So they'll be there, and they'll also be in the video library under the resources tab. Well, that's number 2, how it changes retirement and giving you more ways to save. And like I said, I'm not a CPA, I'm not an estate planning attorney, but I've been doing retirement planning since 1991. I am a certified financial planner practitioner. I'm an accredited investment fiduciary. I've been doing this a long time. And before my advisory days, I founded, I built, and I sold 5 successful businesses. I did a lot of consulting for companies like Foster Grant, Hobie Cat, Hearst, and others. I've been around a long time. I've worked with a lot of successful people. I've seen what's right, and I've seen what goes wrong. And it's always good to have a guide who's actually been there before. So if I can be of some help, feel free to let me know. And if you ever went to a doctor for the first time, you notice on their doctor's website, they have all the forms you have to fill out, and then you make your appointment. Well, it's kind of the same thing here, except we don't use hypodermic needles or scalpels or anything like that. So the good news is you can go to the Getting Started page of the website, indfin.com, short for Independent Financial. Go to the Getting Started page. And on the Getting Started page, you'll see you can get started one of 2 ways. You can either fill out a priority review right there online. You don't have to fill out any sensitive information, no social security numbers or anything like that. But you can get that priority review into me and then arrange a phone call. Or you can use the MyBlocks. There's a MyBlocks thing where you can actually do the input yourself and start things moving on your own. And once you have that, either way, whether it's the form or the MyBlocks, step 2 then is to arrange the introductory call after the form has been submitted, and that way we can have a meaningful conversation rather than sitting here and winking at each other. So, at any rate, that's it. I hope this has been helpful for you, and I look forward to being of some help if you need me.